What's up? Let's let this motherfucker pile up, man. Let's get some viewers in. See what's really going down. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Sunday. Saturday, you know. See something right quick. What's bragging, man? What's up, viewer? What's up with you? Yeah, let's get some more people in here. What's it looking like? It's a beautiful Saturday. Life is great, man. God is the greatest, you know? Let's pop it today, man. I got a good one in store for you guys today. Plenty of value, a lot of value I can add, especially if you're on this journey on running it up, being your own boss, being an entrepreneur, and taking advantage of these AI systems that we have today. You know, we live in glorious times. We live in glorious times, people. We live in glorious times, for real. Yesterday, we talked about systems. Today, we're going to talk about the mental switch that makes systems actually stick, right? So who am I talking to, man? I'm talking to the non-tech beginners who know what to do, but don't exactly know how to execute consistently, you know? Like you have a niche that you want to break down on, like you really want to hold down on, right? But you don't know how to stay consistent on it, right? But at the end of this live, you'll understand why your brain resists change and how to rewrite it so AI systems can finally work for you, you know? I appreciate the like, man. Sky Lord, appreciate the like, brother. Hey, put a shift, type shift in the chat, man. If you ready to shift your mindset, right? Yeah, right shift in the chat. Type that in the chat, man. Do that expeditiously, man. I'm on my TI tonight. You hear me? I'm on my TI shit tonight, man. For real. So what we at right now, man, what a lot of people suffer from is the consumer loop, right? You consume. Yeah, goddamn glutton to this content, right? You're a gluttonous to the content, man. That's a sin in the Bible, man. Crack up in the King James. You'll see that's a sin. But you see that you must go from consuming and feeling informed, taking no action and guilt and more consumption. That's that's the cycle that motherfuckers is living in right now, man. You know, you going from consuming. You may not be fat as hell, but your brain is fat filled with bullshit, you know? And that's what today is going to stop, for sure. This shit is laziness and it's not conditioning, right? You have conditioned your brain to taking the bullshit, you know? What up, Ken? Like that motherfucker. Hey, you stepping in my motherfucker. Hey, take your shoes off at the door, man, when you walk in the players arena, man. You know? That mean like that motherfucker. I'm not up here for free, man. This shit is free. You dig? First, we gotta talk about dopamine, man. You know, explain exactly what dopamine is and how it affects the brain. See, dopamine is not a reward chemical. It is the anticipation and motivation chemical, right? Your brain releases dopamine before an outcome, not after. This is why scrolling and learning and novelty, it feels good. This shit feel good when you scrolling at that motherfucker. They got them dopamine synapses going off in the brain and all that. And so you feel like you done accomplished some shit. You feel me? No Sirski. You didn't accomplish a damn thing. You hear me? You out here just scrolling and it's registering your brain as in like you're doing something. You're not doing nothing. See, the brain affects the mind and the body in different ways, right? Mentally, it trains the brain to prefer instant stimulation over delayed results. It reduces focus, tolerance for boredom, and makes long-term systems feel heavy and unattractive. What's up, Brianna? How you doing, love? What's up, Felony? Hey, that's a crazy name. But yeah. It trains the brain to prefer instant stimulation. Instant stimulation, man, that's the enemy of success, man. Instant gratification is the enemy to success. You can instant gratification, you'll never win doing that way, man. You'll never win. It makes that heavy load, it makes it unattractive. It trains your brain that, nah, I don't need to put in the work. I don't need to go through the pain to get to the game, you know? It's not a good thing. And physically, not only does it affect your mental, but it affects your physical as well, right? It keeps the body in a low-level stimulated state. So, like, even if, I don't know how many of y'all work out, right? If you work out and you're doing the same weight constantly over and over at the same amount of reps and the same amount of sets, you're not going to gain no muscle whatsoever. You're not going to gain any progress. You'll get some progress in the beginning because your body isn't used to it and your muscles isn't used to doing that type of action. But once you start doing it over and over and over again, you're going to plateau right there. And that's the same thing with dopamine, though. It keeps the body in a low-level stimulated state and increases restlessness and fatigue, man. So if you never been through nothing and you never goddamn put your body through the test, putting your mind through the test, your ass will be stagnant out here. You're going to be a weak nigga. That's never a good thing. That's never a good thing. And it makes consistency feel stressful instead of calming. So if you really, like, when you put your mind and your body in stressful situations, right, you get used to it. You gain like a callus to this shit though, right? Like you can actually put yourself through stressful situations and be cool with it. You know, at first it's going to be uncomfortable. A lot of this shit is uncomfortable. But at the same time, once you get under that bar or you start doing them pull-ups or whatever you do, right, in that stressful state, you get used to that shit. You get a callus to this shit and really get swole out here, you know? And I'm not just talking physically. I'm talking mentally as well. And why building feels hard. And why this shit feels hard, right? Effort-based dopamine from building systems and writing and execute is delayed. It's a delayed gratification. You know what I'm saying? All good things come through those who wait, you know? The brain initially resists delayed dopamine because it requires uncertainty and patience. This is why people confuse lack of motivation with a personal flaw. It's actually a dopamine imbalance, right? That shit is crazy. That's a real one right there. Let me repeat that. This is why people confuse lack of motivation with a personal flaw. It's actually a dopamine imbalance, bro. You ever feel like, damn, I don't feel like getting up today. I don't feel like grinding. I don't feel like putting in this work today. You know? You ever get that feeling like, man, I put it off tomorrow? That's actually a dopamine chemical in your brain. It's an imbalance in this shit. You should pop out you should wake up early in the morning ready to grind. You should be, you know, if you don't feel that way, that means your dopamine levels is off whack, you know? You should want to goddamn wake up and go get to it off top. You should want to do that. That shit, how you should be wanting, you know what I'm saying? You should hop up out of it. Babies do it. They hop up, man, babies come out the pussy already on it. They don't be lazy. They be on it. They trying to see what's going down. And that's how you should be. That's how you should be, for surely. Let me look this up. It's not a personal flaw, man. It's a dopamine imbalance, like I said. And regulation instead of suppression. The goal is not to eliminate dopamine, because you need that, right? You need that dopamine when you out in the field and you doing whatever it is that you do, right? You need that. The goal is to retrain the dopamine towards effort and completion. You should want to, bro, dopamine is so powerful, bro. Like that shit, that's your drug. That's what's gonna get your heart pumping. That's what's gonna give you that, you know? You need that though. And there's proven ways. I'm gonna show you some proven ways how to regulate your dopamine in practical and substantial ways, you know? You need time box consumption, learning only after execution, never before. So what I mean by that, you want to do the thing first, right? Appreciate it. Appreciate the likes. You want to learn, you want to do the thing. Like, I'm the type of nigga, I just go do it. I don't even crack the book open. I'd rather get in the field and go handle mine. Like, I don't want to read a book and, you know what I'm saying? I'm just not that type of guy. I'd rather just hop out and do me. You know what I'm saying? And I'll learn on the back end. Sometimes that's not the best route, but that's just what works for me, though. I just like hopping in the field with mine. You and me. Second is completion is the first rule. Finish a small task before consuming content, right? Before you pick up the phone, you know what I'm saying? You want to pick up the phone and look at all the other bullshit and scroll on your phone, man. You should already be trying to accomplish your goal before you look at the phone. You feel me? Like, I go on a phone detox. I don't even, as soon as I wake up, I do my little meditations. I pray and all that, right? Do my push-ups, do my squats or whatever. Then I hop on the phone. I done accomplished already stuff. I done already accomplished shit on the list. I done hop just on the phone. I wake up, bright out, niggas, and go right the crust out of my eyes and get straight on the phone. I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? That's what's fucking up your dopamine levels, you know? It really is. And also, man, even when you are on your phone, right? You want to remove the certain apps and all the, you want to go on your settings on your phone, right? And just look at what the apps that you're on the most, right? You gotta goddamn know the difference between sound and noise, you know? Like, a lot of shit in your phone is just noise. It's distracting you, you feel me? You need to delete that shit off your phone and only concentrate on the shit that's going to take you to that next level and help you, you know, accomplish your goals. And there's a physical regulation as well that you can do. Morning sunlight. You want to wake up when the sun is, you know, rising. I ain't saying you got to be a damn early bird. Me, I like waking up at 11. I ain't even going to sit here and cap. I'm not you know what I'm saying? I like waking up when I feel like waking up. But I understand that'll fuck up your whole circadian rhythm. You know, you gotta wake up when the sun rises, you know? It regulates your whole system. And you wanna be outside. You wanna be in the sun, you know? As soon as the sun rises, you wanna be out there looking at the sun gazing and getting that dopamine in, you know? You know, do a like little jog, like doing a walk. You know, do your push-ups, do your squats and all that. You know, you want to do some deep breathing as well in the morning. You know, calm the nervous system. You know, behavioral neuroscience shows that novelty triggers quick dopamine spikes, man. And what does that mean? Getting a text message from a broad or a nigga that you been wanting to fuck with, you know? That's a dopamine spike. God damn, this shit fucked up. Yeah, y'all got technical difficulties, man. You gotta work with me. I'm just a real one. I'm not a tech guy. I'm just a real nigga. Let me get this shit right. Yeah. All right, bet. Like I was saying. What was I saying? Effort-based dopamine strengthens neural pathways tied to confidence and self-trust, right? So you want to do the good things that spike your dopamine levels, right? So you want to, of course, do your workout out. You want to accomplish goals, like write down your goals and figure out exactly what you want to do in that day, right? And once you accomplish and knock off that list, that'll spike your dopamine levels as well, but in a good way instead of like, instant gratifications through like Instagram, different little social media apps and all that. Most people are addicted to learning, not building. You don't want to get too stuck on, oh man, I'm finna do the research and I'm finna just write this down and all that and doing all this instead of doing. You know what I'm saying? You got to put action behind your words at all times. That's why I feel like a lot of people are stuck at, even me, I was, it'd be sometimes where I just want to plan and all that, but that shit ain't good. You got to put action behind your words for sure. And that's where we come into the cognitive shift protocol, right? This is in my book, right? From Thoughts to Systems, AI Money for Beginners. It's the structured mental shift from the information consumption to system execution. And there's 3 stages, right? You got awareness of the loop. You understand that, okay, I'm doing the same shit over and over. This shit ain't working. I need to switch it up. Then you got the identity interruption. Then you have the system anchoring. And this is a scientific, support. I got all this shit broken down in my book. And this is all science-based. It's ain't coming off the top of the dome and nothing. I done put a lot of research in on this shit. Identity-based behavior change is supported by research and habit formation. Behavior sticks when aligned with identity, not why goals, goals and being motivated and shit, that's an emotional thing. As a man and a woman, you should be having a philosophy that you live by. And like I done said on my previous live, my philosophy I live by, I just want to be better than I was yesterday. I want to be a better man than I was yesterday, Rome wasn't built in a day. And I understand that. I understand that. So I just want to lay it brick by brick by brick every single day. I'm not trying to change the world in one day. I understand that. But if I get 1% better every day, in 100 days, I'll be 100% better, And the same thing for you. And you want to create those neural pathways to strengthen your repetition, systems to create predictable repetition. And once you do that, though, boom, you're good. You're good, man. I'm telling you. You got to create those neural pathways, That'll strengthen through repetition. So once you start getting those wins in the day, you write down your goals, you figuring out exactly the niche, the business that you wanna hone in on. And so that you writing down every detail as far as every goal that you need to do to accomplish those goals. And you knocking them bitches down every single day, that can only turn you up. That can only turn you up, man. You can't feel down about that, man. I don't give a damn if your self-esteem was in the shitter, man. If you turn up and you knocking down your goals, I'm gonna be real, a lot of niggas feel down because they don't accomplish their goals, bro. That's why a lot of niggas got low self-esteem out this bitch, man. Got your head down and all that corny shit, man. Because you didn't accomplish nothing. You didn't write down your certain goals and you're not working towards a goal, man. Your brain doesn't change from motivation. It changes from structure. Let me repeat that one more time. Your brain doesn't change from motivation. It changes from structure. Structure and discipline, man. Structure and having a philosophy that you live by every single day, man. You know what I'm talking about? You gotta have that, man. You have to. It's pivotal. Stage one. Stage one, man. It's the awareness to interrupt. You got to catch themselves consuming without output. You know what I'm saying? If you've been studying on a subject, been researching on a specific niche that you want to, whatever business that you want to work on, and you're not working towards it, like, it don't make sense. It just don't make sense. Rectiliar activating systems is simple terms. What you focus on, your brain prioritizes, right? What you focus on is what your brain prioritizes, man. Prioritizes, around that. Prioritizes. Write down one platform where you consume the most, man. What do y'all consume the most? What app do y'all be on the most, right? Me personally, I'm a YouTube type of guy. I like to learn, so I be on YouTube a lot and shit. And I understand I can't just be on YouTube looking at bullshit. I gotta be consuming things that's gonna fill my brain mentally, spiritually, and all that. That's gonna help me push forward to the next level. I can't just be on that bitch looking at bullshit. I just can't. But I know that about myself. Next question is, what system and what app should you be on the most? I be on YouTube the most, but YouTube isn't a bad thing. I'm also a YouTube creator, so I make YouTube videos as well. So, I can do that because I do YouTube as well. But I could be on different apps. I could be looking at more on different apps. I could be looking at stock apps and crypto apps and all these other things, and looking at different news platforms that that propagate tech news and all that. I could be doing that more. I got flaws too. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a real one, so I make it look good. The brain resists behaviors that conflict with identity. That's deep. The brain resists behaviors that conflict with identity. Once your identity shifts, your behavior follows with less resistance, man. So you got to be, man. You have to be, man. You got to be the motherfucker. Your behavior. First off, you wanna goddamn have an idea of the person. So we all business owners, right? We all, wanna make a living and making a living off business. We don't want to work a job. You know what I'm saying? We don't want the boss man to tell us to go, hey, go do this, go do that, go move the boxes there. Nah, some of us we got bossed up. It's just in us. You know what I'm saying about? So you have to create that identity first, right? Be that person who can own that business, who is a successful business owner. You know what I'm saying? Who does that? What type of actions do they daily take on a daily basis? What are their goals every single day? You have to become that person. You can't just be goddamn the same person. You doing the same shit. That's the definition of goddamn crazy. That's crazy. And like I said, man, once the identity shifts, the behavior follows with less resistance, man. You got to become the person that you want to be. You have to become the person that you want to be. You can't just... can't do the same shit over and over. Having have that same identity. You got to create a whole new identity. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the same guy I was when I wasn't a business owner. I had to become this person. I am someone who builds systems. You got to constantly repeat these things, right? I am someone who builds systems, even when the results are small, man. Even when it's small, even when this shit when it's looking bad. You know what I'm saying? When this bitch ain't looking good, you still gotta push through in this motherfucker though. Got to. Even when this bitch looking scary, that motherfucker ain't looking good. Hold on 1 second. We got technical difficulties going on. Hold up. Hold up. I'm not a computer genius. I'm just a real one. I'm telling you. I just learned how to do this shit. I just learned how to do it. Yes, sirski. But what was I saying? Let me get back to my notes. Get back to my notes. Connect to philosophy, right? Motivation fades. Discipline fluctuates. But philosophy stabilizes their identity. And like I said, my philosophy is I want to be better than I was yesterday. I don't want to be the same nigga I was yesterday. I got to turn up every single day. You should too as well. You got to develop your own philosophy though. You know, the shit that you live by. Do me a favor and type builder if you're adopting an identity today. You know what I'm saying? Do me a favor. Type that in. I'm on YouTube as well. Shout out to everybody on YouTube that's watching me. I fuck with y'all. I appreciate y'all. And shout out to TikTok as well. Thank you. Stage 3. Yeah. What's that singing? Uno, dos. Tres. System anchoring, right? Predictability lowers cognitive loads. Yes, you got to switch this shit up here and there, you know? You got to do something a little, even though you got to do the mundane, you got to do, you know, what you set out you was going to do. You have to do that. Knock those out, but you got to switch it up here and there to keep that excitement up a little bit, right? Less decision-making equals less resistance. Once you already got this shit on autopilot, you don't gotta do too much thinking. You can get this motherfucker and just go straight A to Z. That's the goal of this shit, man. You want to create these systems, you can just go A to Z. You don't even gotta think about it. It's already programmed in your subconscious. Decision fatigue research shows that fewer choices increase consistency. When you got down, even all right. So I used to flip cars, right? So I had like 5 cars. You know what I'm saying? I had like 5, 6 cars in a lot or whatever. I put them all in a lot or whatever. Had people pull up, and they would and what I used to do, I would have people just pick from the 5 cars. No, motherfuckers, they want you to choose for them. The less choices for a person, the better. You don't have, if you can goddamn just give them one choice, that's better. You can lead them to that. You don't have to have the, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? No, bro, you wanna have less choices, bro. And when you have this bitch streamlined, you can go straight A to Z, bro. You good. You straight. This shit easy. Systems automate decisions before emotion interferes, man. Emotions is a good thing. It's cool. But at the same time, that bitch can fluctuate if you don't utilize your emotions the correct way. That shit'll fuck you up. Let me get this right. Like I said, you want to do the same task at the same time using the same AI prompt daily. You want to do this shit daily so you can get that goddamn muscle memory with this shit. So this shit just, you wake up out of it, you know? You can just goddamn pop out and do it. It's nothing. With utilizing the cognitive shift protocol directly impacts your income. You stop chasing tools. You focus on one system. You execute daily with AI assistance. AI awards consistency, not intelligence. You don't got to be the smartest nigga in the room, man. You done had to go to Harvard. You don't gotta go to the HBCU. I didn't go to DeVry. You don't got to do all this, man. You had to be the dean's list. Like, no, man. You didn't have to do that. You didn't have to do that, man. You just gotta stay consistent with this shit. It's easy. It's easy peasy. Hey, man, appreciate the follow. Lee B617, man. Appreciate you for recognizing a real one. I salute you, man. I salute you, man. And I got all this broken down in my book, right? From thoughts to systems, AI money for beginners, man. The link is in the bio, man. Check it out. There's plenty of game. There's plenty of research in there. I done put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears in writing this shit, man. And I utilize every step in this book, bro. Every single one, man. It's gonna goddamn give you that mental clarity. Reduce the overwhelming of feeling that you feel. Jumping into something new, man, that you never experienced before. It give you that, man. And the simple system is in there for beginners, you know? You ain't gotta be a tech genius. You ain't gotta know how to code. I'm telling you, man. But, you know, once you do it repetitively, it builds confidence, you know? If anything I said made sense to you, bro, put a fire emoji in the chat right now. Put a fire emoji in the chat right now, man. Put a fire emoji in the chat right now, man. Something, man. Do something, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate that. Oh, man. Oh, it's been a good one, man. It's been a good one, man. But, you know, all good things must come to an end, man. I got some shit I gotta goddamn do, man. I can't be up here all day fucking with y'all, man. I would love to, but you know, I got people to see, plays to make, you know, and life to live. I appreciate everybody coming to the lives, showing love. I appreciate everybody, you know. The feeling is mutual. Shout out to YouTube. Shout out to everybody on YouTube watching me. Matter of fact, I can't forget Instagram as well. Shout out to Instagram. Shout out to y'all as well. But yeah, like I said, man, link is in the bio. My book, my ebook. Man, this bitch is on the neck. This gonna be on the New York bestseller, man. You know, it's already a hood classic. It's already a classic, man. From thoughts to systems, AI money for beginners. You know, this shit is already a hood classic, man. I'm already solidified. I done already did it, man. You know, it's really in me and it's on me. Let's see if we can get any, man. Come on, man. I ain't gonna be on here too much longer. But, like, let's see what we can do, man. Let's see what we can do, man. Man, AI systems, man. From thought to systems. Let's break this shit down one more time, right? Just give you a quick overview with this shit. I'm not finna be up here all day. The cognitive shift protocol, man. The cognitive shift protocol. This shit is in the book, by the way, in the ebook. The cognitive shift protocol. I'm going to help beginners permanently shift from consumer thinking to system building thinking using neuroscience-backed principles. And that's what's in this book. Neural-backed science principles, man. That's going to get you over that hump. Yeah. Let me ask y'all a question. How many of y'all have started multiple businesses and all them bitches failed? Put in the chat, type 1 in the chat if you done that. Type 1 in the chat if you didn't put multiple businesses up, you didn't attempted to create multiple businesses and all them bitches failed. Every single one of them bitches. Shout out to YouTube as well. Put it in YouTube. Put it in YouTube. Instagram, I didn't forget about y'all, man. I did not. Put it in 1. Put a 1 in the chat. Yeah, put a 1 in that motherfucker. So if you started multiple businesses, right, and all them bitches failed, it's not the business. It's not because of the economy. Oh, it's a goddamn recession. No, it's not that, man. It's the systems that you implemented making the business. That's all it is. Even during recessions, even through war. I don't care if Trump went to go get Venezuela. He went to go get Greenland. He didn't got all it. It doesn't matter. Money is getting exchanged, man. That means you need to be in the mix. All that, you need to do that by creating systems. Systems, man. Systems. You got to create them systems, man. But yeah, man. It's been a little. How long I've been on here? Let's see. 36 minutes. Nice. Okay. I've been on this motherfucker 36 minutes. Oh, yeah. 36 minutes. That's good. Hey, man, I appreciate everybody that watched the live on YouTube, Instagram. Shout out to everybody on TikTok. I appreciate everybody. But, hey, I got shit to do, man. I got people to see, man. Yeah, man. I'm not an internet nerd. I can't be on here all day. Peace.